Well, one thing that's interesting when I look at the 1999 Broadway building is it reminds me that the needing to accommodate and celebrate the church and the fact that the site is triangular, you get this building that on one side is very corporate and on the other side is kind of a celebration of the church that cradles the church, it reflects it. And the form of that building wouldn't exist without that problem of the difficult site and also the need to really celebrate and preserve the church.
In the late 1990s, I was working downtown and I walked past the Holy Ghost Church every day, going to work and coming back from work. And I was always struck by how important that building is for our community, for the services that it provides both for the charity as well as uplifting people's spirits. As I stepped back from the building and realized it really sits within the Denver urban fabric in a special way, just the way that Denver is nestled by the Rocky Mountains. I've always felt that the Holy Ghost Church was nestled by the Broadway building with the reflections and with the connectivity of the two, and I just have always felt that that was very special.
I was initially attracted by the striking reflections, of course. It gave me a new direction in photography, showing the reflections of the surrounding trees, buildings, and city just blew me away, and I was totally hooked. But the building has more than just reflections. It has many different angles on it. It has a unique relationship to the Holy Ghost Church. The 1999 Broadway building is actually wrapped around it and at the same time towers above it. But it doesn't tower above it in a threatening way, it's more of a protective way.
The cash register building by Philip Johnson that is distinguished by its unique top shape. In contrast to that is 1999 Broadway, which is much more about the pedestrian experience and provides a pedestrian plaza. So it's much more memorable to people in the city if I mention the building with the church. Everyone knows that. And that becomes much more important and memorable as an urban experience.
The building, serving 25 years in the community and having won the Western Mountain Region 25-Year Award really is deserving of that, because not only did it protect the past and preserve the past, but it also is serving as a point of departure for the future growth of Denver. With so many buildings that were torn down in the 60s during the urban renewal period, I think it's fundamentally important to Denver's urban fabric and our architectural portfolio that we have these special places that have been created by the 1999 Broadway development. To have an emotional conversation, I guess, internally, as you experience a building or walking down the street is really special. And that's what makes a city, it's what makes a community.